Okay, people, so we'll be working on this reading together now, and I will try to do that as if I'm doing it on the exam conditions. However, I will add some comments and explanation, okay? I will try to read paragraph by paragraph and showing you how to work with the questions afterwards. Okay, so I'll start with the paragraph. Plastic is no longer fantastic. Paragraph A. I skip the details and I just read the main points, subject, verb for main idea. Okay. I do not care about the questions. I just want to understand the paragraphs and the main points there. And then accordingly, I will answer the questions. Okay. As I read sentence by sentence, main idea. So at this time, this guy saw a piece of art in the museum that affected him, got it. And blah, blah, this painting or art shows a child doing something to reveal plastic waste. Okay. And the that artwork left this guy angry and filled with ideas. So this whole paragraph is about how this guy saw this art piece and it affected him. That's it, really. We're looking at the questions now. Okay, question number one. This option one. A time when opportunities were limited. Well, clearly, we're not talking about opportunities or limited opportunities. So that can't be it. Next one, the reasons why Fernando's products are needed, why we need his product. We didn't talk about his products or why we need them. Next one is a no-risk solution. Again, we didn't read about any solutions to inventions and some details. No, the contrasting views of different generations. No, there were nothing about people of different ages and their views. Next one is a disturbing experience. Now, this one looks good because it was about experience, and disturbing means unpleasant, not good. So, yep, next one, problems with replacing some consumer item. There was nothing about replacing a product and that there were problems with it. And the last one, looking back at why water was bottled. We don't have any reasons like that. So the only possible option we have here is this one, a disturbing experience. So let me highlight that. Okay, and a little note that I need. Okay, right there. Okay, so we found our answer. And there you go. Okay, now we'll look at other options that we can, other questions. I see Fernando's glass, nothing about it, nothing about fascinating. Fernando's story, nope. Let's look at others. Funding a smart invention, there was nothing about invention or money, so nope. Time to move on to the next paragraph. Okay, so this guy runs a design company, produces helmets. Okay, but linking word is important. He also produces water bottle with blah, blah details. That means it can be done like that. Bunch of blah, blahs, really. I don't need it. The main idea is that he produces another thing and the product comes with blah, blah. So lots of details. The main idea is what he produces. He produces two things and the details about those two things. Right, that's it. We already have the answer, which was right here. Two inventions, the helmet and the bottle, and some physical details. Perfect, looks good. So let's write that down. Okay, and highlight the option. All right, can we answer anything else? Let's see. We read about the bottle, but not what he says. So no. Other questions we cannot answer either, right? So moving on to the next. Okay, paragraph 3. The intention is to produce, okay, people persuade. All right, the intention is to persuade people to stop buying plastic bottles so we can save money and reduce in the plastic in the oceans. All right, so this paragraph is so far talking about the goal. The next sentence is in quotation marks. That means it's all extra details like the business and how much of it is not recycled. That way it's kind of waste so much. Environmentalists say that there's going to be more like that predictions, another negative prediction about it. We're trying to create this environmentally sophisticated, meaning environmentally friendly, is a status symbol, he says. So he wants people to feel cool about it. All right, this whole paragraph is about why he wants to, or why he does what he does, why he produces this bottle. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the options now. Time when opportunities, no. Reasons why we need this product. This looks good. Nothing about solutions, generations, problems, looking back. Nope. The answer is here, right? There were two reasons, at least. One reason was why we need his product of glass bottles. One reason is to save money, and the another one is reduce plastic, right? And the whole paragraph talks about his product. So option 2 is the answer. Other options don't make sense. Okay. Now, he said something about his glass bottle here. So we can work with the choices, eliminate the wrong ones. And let's see, A, it matched his bicycle helmet. Nothing about matching, so no. Okay, B, it's cheaper than a plastic bottle. Now, there was no comparison of how much it costs, right? So it was not given. Next, and notice this one thing, it does this contrast, like cheaper than. I mean, we read that we want to save money, or we know that how much this plastic bottle business costs and we're wasting so much of it, whatever, but there was no direct comparison between the bottle and the plastic, which is cheaper to produce, which is more expensive to produce. C, he has designed it to suit all ages. There was nothing about all ages or who he designed it for. Yeah, so out as well. And the last option left is D. Let's see why or what it says. He wants people to be proud to show it, which is cool, right? Like his bottle is so cool that he wants everybody to wear that proudly and to look cool. So based on this part, this one looks good. The answer is D. Let's highlight that. Okay, and I'm gonna mark what I find my answers. All right, that was 35. So let's see. All right, there you go. Looks like 35, I hope. Okay. Or I'm gonna change that number. Oh, there you go. That's looking better. Okay. Now, can we answer this question? What is fascinating about a story the writer finds fascinating? No, right? And we did not read about the bell helmet, so we're not going to waste time reading the options. And nothing about funding invention. All right, let's keep going to the next paragraph. So his story is fascinating. Okay. Now, who's saying this, right? It is the author saying that. So his story is fascinating because it shows something unexpected. Now, what do you mean by unexpected? So 3 decades ago, this is what happened, I guess. This conspicuous consumption heightened people's status. Now, what is conspicuous consumption? Between these two punctuations, you have the definition. It is when we buy luxury stuff just to show off, or in big amounts just to show off. All right. And that's what made people kind of feel cooler, right? And that's how around at the end of the century, people like realized that anything can become a commodity, meaning a thing you can sell. Hence, very important linking word. I'm gonna cancel the highlights because these parts are not really important. I'm just highlighting these to show you, but not really important. The important part is here. So this is how water became a consumer item, meaning it was sold. It wasn't just free anymore like it was before. So this whole paragraph talks about how his story shows something interesting or unexpected, as in things no longer being free. They mean something, like they need to be sold and they command status. Okay, so back to the headings first, right? Let's look for an option. If after reading the paragraph, it's kind of hard to put it into one sentence, go look at the options and then eliminate the ones that don't make sense. For example, did we read about opportunities that were limited? No. Like solution without any issues? No. Different generation? No. Problem when? No. Now, when looking at this option, I'm like, you might be tempted to choose this because it says consumer item, but look at the meaning of this option. What does it say? Right? It says the problems with replacing item. So that means somebody tried to replace one product with another product and they had problems with it. Now, did we talk about replacing a product? We just talked about water becoming a consumer item. So this is how wrong options try to use the same vocabulary from the text as much as possible to distract you. Okay. When you get to the bottom of the phrase or meaning of it, you realize the meanings don't match. Okay, how about this one? Looking back at why water was bottled. Looks good, right? Why water became a product because of that. And his kind of story shows us. So looks good. There you go. Let's highlight that. We have our answer. Okay. No, I forgot to write it down here. Okay. That is the option 8. Now let's look at other options. What the writer finds fascinating. Again, before I look at the choices, I look back here where I already have my idea. So I'm just looking for an idea in these choices and eliminate the ones that don't make sense. A, the youthfulness, that means how fresh or young his idea is. Now, there was nothing about young or fresh, right? We don't know if his idea is even old. So there's nothing about it. So out, eliminate, that doesn't make sense, nothing about usefulness. Next, the old-fashioned nature. Now, A was about how young his product is, and this one is like how old his product is, but we did not read about how old it is, so it's out as well. C, the choice it's creating for, but nothing about the choice that it's creating. It doesn't make sense either, so it's out. Next one, the change it's revealing, showing in people's attitudes. Yeah, like how people's opinions are changing, right? The things that were free do not look so cool. So if you sell it, then it becomes something cool or whatever. So that's why D is looking good again. Our answer is going to be D. All right, let's make this note here, 36. Okay. Nothing about the helmet and nothing about the invention. So let's keep going. Today, though, okay, important. I'm going to highlight that. So there's contrast, okay? Today, though, that means like unless, I mean, compared to some time ago, like decades when things changed like that. And now, all right, so this consumption no longer is desirable. So people don't want such lavish consumption anymore. So what we want now we want to recycling things because that's what's fashionable, right? Okay, plastic water becomes so common that it's not so cool anymore. It doesn't bring you status. Instead, what many young people want is they prefer to post on social media their bottles, okay? Like those refillable or water bottles or whatever, not the plastic bottles. So some teenagers currently think that these bottles, right, are ultra cool. All right, never mind, like, however, they feel oddly out of date, like the bottles feel out of date to anyone who is older like that, or that teenagers at this time did not want to be seen with one. They wanted to avoid that. They felt embarrassed about it. So in this paragraph, we learned the changes, right? Like how today's young people actually love the idea of recycling and these bottles like that, while older people do not share the same enthusiasm. So there you go. Now we finally found this thing about the generational, different generations and their contrasting views. Yeah, like it's fitting. So this is the answer actually. Okay, let's start that down. What's the option there? All right, 5. Contrasting views. Contrast means different and different ages, teenagers, adults, etc. Older people. All looks good. There you go. Okay. Helmets, nope. Funding, no. All right. Okay, next one. Paragraph F, almost there. Okay. It's uncertain whether, it's uncertain whether he will succeed in his goal. Remember the Kloska was this company producing helmets? So we don't know if he's going to succeed, although such helmet is available. Okay, it can be hard for companies to take off. So this contrast means, yeah, his helmet is in that museum, right? Modern art or whatever. It's not easy to be successful in the global market like that, though as not as hard as it was in the past, meaning it's like overshadowing to the next paragraph. The next paragraph is going to talk about why in the past it was a lot harder and now it's a lot, easier to be successful in business. So in the past, you needed to, yeah, there you go. You would need to either go to bank, get a loan, or borrow money from family, or use your card like that. Things have moved on slightly since then. That means things are a lot better since that time. So this whole paragraph is talking about how it's a lot easier to succeed today, unlike in the past. All right. Oh, there you go. Time in the past when opportunities were limited. Yeah, like things were a little tough to succeed in your business. All right, so this is option 1 and our answer to paragraph F. Right. Okay, now we can, I think, Klosko's bike helmet, which can choose this option. I mean, we can answer this question. So let's look at A. It is both functional and artistic value. Now, what's the meaning? This helmet is functional, meaning it can function in some way. And it is artistic, it's beautiful. Now, we know that it is artistic because it's in the Museum of Modern Arts. Functional is that it is actually foldable helmet, if you remember. So that's functional, unlike typical helmets, right? Okay, if you're still not convinced, you can just leave this option like maybe. Let's keep going to the next. Like, let's eliminate the wrong options. Its main appeal is to older people. Main appeal means it's more interesting, or mostly old people like this helmet. Now, we didn't read about the age, right, of like the consumers or the users, so not given. C, it has had extraordinary success worldwide. We know that we don't know if it's going to succeed in, so it's out. Okay. It's more, again, contrast, comparison, notice, it's more exciting invention than the glass bottle. Now, we read about both, but we didn't see which is more exciting. So the author is not trying to tell you which is more interesting. So there you go. We eliminated all the other options and we have the correct answer left, right? Okay, let's mark it here. The answer is around here. Okay, 37. All right. Can we answer anything else? Oh, we kind of read about smart invention and funding. So let's see, one word only. Now, with these questions, we want to make sure that we read the context, okay, completely, and then choose an answer that fits both grammatically and logically based on the text. So 30 years ago, the methods used by creators to fund their projects involved getting money from bank, yeah, we read that, or from somebody in the banks today are still useful, but investments can be, yeah, I didn't read about this idea yet, but we clearly read this one, right? And the answer is family, right? So there you go. I wouldn't waste my time writing this answer, actually, copy it to the text. If I'm doing the paper-based test, I'll just mark it like that on the paper, and I'll copy the answer directly from this. Oops, okay. Or we can add a text here also and write down the answer if you want it. Family. Okay, so I think that's all about it. Now we should move on to the final paragraph. Okay. Just because the paragraph is big does not mean it's more complicated. It just has lots of details. Okay. So entrepreneurs are still using the last two options, the last two, credit or family, but means, okay, there's going to be something opposite. There's another way they can use, yeah, like from these investments. That's another way. And then there are other options for those who want to raise money straight away. So it's about getting money, right? So he posted his details on this place. He appealed for people. He's basically asking for people to donate money and all right, details about what he's going to do, what he's going to produce. All right, using this approach, none of the donors has a stake in the idea, nor does he have any debt. This is important. So using this approach, meaning this donations, nobody really owns anything, the company in any way, and the guy also doesn't owe anybody any money. So instead, it's almost like a pre-sale product. Okay, so it's, really cool. And this kind of idea is supporting lots of projects, from this kind of projects to other kinds of projects. And yeah, lots of details about, the production thing. So put it together, this whole paragraph is about other ways to get money for your business. Okay, so not this one, obviously, only this one option. And the risk, no solution. Solution is donations, and there is no risk for it, right? So perfect, makes sense. All right, let's go with this option and not as option 3. Okay. Now we got all of that and only this part left. As you can see here, right, we started reading about this corporate responsibility project starting here. So the last two should be also here. Now these are detailed questions, so I'll read them first and I'll go back to, I know that the answer is here, so I should read carefully. In order to get immediate funding, okay, the method this guy used, right? I need this one. In order to get this money, he used a well-known, that is very important. Grammatically, this A is telling you the answer is singular, right? And it's a noun. So what was it that he used that is well known to advertise his product and request, financial support? So we're looking for something that is well known. He used it to advertise, and it's singular. All right, let's see. He wished that Fernando posted details about his water bottle on a large recognized platform. Oh, there you go. Large platform. Recognized means, well known. So the answer is platform, right? Okay. That is 39. All right, let's add a text. You see, grammatically it fits and everything. Platform. And all right, Fernando, people who gave a certain figure, amount of money or over, were offered a free gift. Okay. In addition, important linking word, Fernando advised his people, donors, that his company would create bottles in 2 colors, followed by some kind of bottle. So what do we need grammatically? An adjective, right? Because we have a article again. So notice that some kind of bottle. Once they receive even more money. So once he receives even more money, what kind of bottle he's going to produce? Because at first he's going to produce in 2 colors. This way he avoided that. And, like we all read all that. Okay. I think you already know the answer by this point, but we can just go back to be absolutely sure. The money needed, he gave money, okay, received, stated, oh, there you go. He would produce bottles in gray and white, meaning these 2 colors, right? But he's going to, if he raises even more money, then he's going to create multicolored options. And that is our 40. Okay. Now you can write it with a hyphen. It will be considered one word. All right. So with that, we can quickly check our answers. There is no need to check now because I know I eliminated the other options. I read it carefully. Answers go fit grammatically with the articles and everything, logical. It's all based on understanding. So I think everything is pretty clear now. But if you wanted to know how I read it this way, the way I did, and why, that part will be, or all the other parts will be explained in the next video series about or dedicated to reading. Okay, so this is just how I do the reading. Just wanted to show you that.